Hi, it's Paul Slakis, Good News Planet, speaking to Maria Snyder. Hi, Maria. How are you?
I'm fine, Paul. Thank you. And how are you?
Okay, good. Actually, Maria's world-renowned top model and trailblazing designer, eco-fashion pioneer, activist, and leading a new generation of arts for peace. She's a peacenik.
Oh, dear. I don't know who wrote that thing, but
you have.
I'm not going
to
claim to have. It's true. I actually didn't, but I do have some rather ambitious people around here.
Well, I thank them for that because, and I thank you for all that you do. Echo Boys and Girls, you have Echo Brands, Peace Earth, Message of Love. We're just going to take a little bit of some of the stuff you're doing right now.
Sure.
And what would you like to at first at least get the audience to know about you? What would you like to share?
Well, I guess one of the things I would say that I think that our work, no matter what it is that we do, can also be kind of a labor of love and can be, I think, a productive thing for society.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
so
nice.
I think that, I guess that's what I'm attempting to do with my brands companies.
Well, tell us a little bit about the brands companies.
Well, I'll talk about two of them because we have a number of initiatives happening with them. I'll start with maybe the Eco Boys and Girls, which are a children's edutainment, infotainment brand. It's a group of 5 characters that are kind of eco-friendly characters that really try to aspire and inspire young children and their families to be better, earth stewards of the environment and better to each other. So we've participated with a lot of global organizations, both in education and the environment and in sciences. Have been privileged to work with a lot of really wonderful people and tremendous organizations that feel that, the Eco Boys and Girls are really a great visual communicator of these messages of good earth practices. And we're working now on a series of 5 books that we're working with the National Education Association about. And the NEA has been very, very supportive of our work. And so we're also developing some other, let's say programs that we would do, like maybe some curriculum and looking into e-books. And really it's, I guess having this idea of these characters that came and being very interested in, sustainability. They kind of came about into this character brand that we're kind of moving forward with and very excited about. We're also now doing something with the United Arab Emirates and going to be bringing them over to the Arab world. So that's exciting too.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it's wonderful to be working. I think I was kind of fortunate. I was exposed to a number of cultures and religions and races, at a young age, and so I think it's so exciting to be working with other cultures and other religions, and for them to embrace things that you believe in, for it to be, kind of as viable, let's say, in part of the Arab world as it is here is really exciting, to think that children can enjoy it, and we won't really have to, if children really grow up with these philosophies, let's say, of the things that we all believe in, certainly, we won't really need to be saying we need to take care of the planet because, they'll be doing it. It'll be part of their, their modus operandi and, being good to each other, being good to the planet is, number one, really.
Beautiful.
Without that, we don't have a place to live and,
Beautiful. We create the world we live in. That's so, isn't it? It really
well,
is.
That's one of our mottos. That's actually a motto for the Eco Fashion brand, but also that comes into play with the Eco Boys and Girls. Yes, we create the world we live in. Absolutely. We really, I mean, I believe that. So it's, you know, kind of one of our mottos. And, yeah, the little guys try to say that too. Of course, you know, they're really engaged with, let's say, 3 to 10-year-olds, which is a very wide age range, you know, for children, because, you know, normally it's divided, you know, in a much more, you know, refined categories, let's say 3 to 5. But, you know, we're trying to see where we might be able to kind of, you know, do a larger age scale around the characters. So
I love the characters. Actually, I'm blessed with 2 grandkids, one 6, one 3. And when
my goodness, I can't wait for you to show them to them. I can't wait to get you a set of books.
When my grandson had his birthday party yesterday, turning 6, someone asked him, you know, they had a lot of sports stuff. Said, you know, pick someone, you know, on your team, you know, your best friend or whatever. And he asked his sister. What a great kid this guy is. I love my grandson.
Oh, wasn't that nice?
He is just such a good person. Now,
he's already an eco boy and girl.
Bottom line, hands down, no doubt about it. You know, I love
that's really wonderful.
It is, guys. The joy of my life. I'm looking at your eco boy and girls, and I'm looking at these drawings now. Are they part of the books?
Yes, they are. I mean,
so
the Eco Boys and Girls characters, it's really based around these characters. And they do have friends, but Ernie Earth represents, you know, kind of exploring and being better to the planet, living in harmony with the planet, you know, taking care of the planet. Lulu Love is really the heart character of the group, and Lulu is really about compassion for people and things and all things, really. So she's really the heart-centered gal. And Patsy Peace is the conflict resolver, or, you know, really takes a look at all kinds of situations and tries to kind of engage children in coming up with, you know, in difficult situations, kind of conflict resolution. That's really her mission. And Ray Recycle is about reusing and recycling. And Sammy's son, cool Sammy's son with the hot guy with the sunglasses, yeah, is really about, you know, conserving energy and our natural resources. So,
I love it.
But, you know, kids don't see them, you know, for that. I think what they see them for is just this fun gang of characters, and inherently they have these characteristics. Inherently they want to share these things with kids. So it's really for them just a fun story, and that's what it should be. It should just be, you know, I mean, so much of our storytelling is what kind of stories are we sharing, what kind of myths, what kind of stories are we sharing. And so, you know, I feel kind of privileged. I guess I did create them. I shouldn't say I guess I did create them, but I still feel that they kind of came out of me from somewhere, and I feel privileged to be on this journey with them.
You know, I was going to ask you, where is that somewhere? I mean, you know, you're been and probably, I'm sure, still a successful entrepreneur and a businesswoman and a gorgeous model for all these years, and beautiful woman. And a beautiful soul. And where does all the soul come from, and wanting to, you know, share this with the world? I mean, you're tied into the United Nations, UNESCO. I mean, you're out there, and you, in essence, of course, you don't have to be, right? But you are, and you are because of why? Why would you say?
Probably, you know, I think it's because of my family.
Okay.
I think, I was lucky to have really wonderful parents. I mean, I think they instilled really great values. They're very good, really great people. And my dad was a developer and a builder and a businessman, but he also really cared about people. He truly cared about people. He cared about the everyday guy, and the fact that, you know, people were coming here from other countries, or, you know, wanting to build a life for their families. And I just saw him always wanting to help everybody. And, you know, my mother has tremendous, you know, integrity. It's like, you don't say anything to if you don't do something that you tell my mother, I mean, believe me, it's like, that's like a cardinal sin, you know. So, and my brothers, you know, are both, you know, one of my brothers is he's a very modest guy, so he doesn't like me saying too much about him, but he went to Harvard and studied environmental sciences, and he was the one that got all of us in the family into kind of recycling and reusing, and really saw that need early on and many years ago. So I think those values were really instilled in me from a child. So, I have my parents to thank and my family to thank for that.
Aha. Well, that's beautiful. And maybe their grandparents, your grandparents as well?
I guess so. I guess so. But, my I didn't know my mother's mother and father because they had already passed away, and I was, very young, so I don't really remember them.
Uh-huh.
I do remember a very loving grandmother on my, my father's side, but, I think they were very much had a lot of the same principles and values that my parents have.
Do you have a website that you can send people over to?
Yeah, I have a website which is that kind of has a bit about the different brands, which is mariasnyder.com. And we've got a website for ecoboysandgirls.com and also one for Peace Earth with one E.com.
Oh, okay.
And Peace Earth is a pretty interesting project as well, where
tell us about it. Yeah.
We're working with a multitude of different organizations, and it's really how the art that I work with can be used to promote peace. And we just did a short series of these little meditative films that were shown at the Global Peace Film Festival. And I did a wall a couple of years ago, about a 40-foot wall in the entranceway in a children's hospital, a really pretty great hospital in Texas called the Medical City Children's Hospital. And that was a Peace Earth project that I created. It was called Wall of Peace and Love. So it's 6 feet high, 40 feet long, and it's right in the entranceway when you walk in to the hospital. So, we've done a couple of things with the Fulbright Center, and we're working with a couple of very large organizations. So we do things that, in film and, in video, and, we're doing some very large land pieces right now, so they'll be getting out in 2013. So, it's fun to be able to create things and be able to share a positive message with them as well.
We love it. Okay, last question at this point, and we'll speak again. Maria, what's good news for you?
Good news for me. Well, the good news is, okay, you know what? I now am at a loss for words.
You know who's usually at a loss for words? Someone that has so much going and doing so many good things. I mean, it's in your soul. That's you're right on target so far.
Really? Very kind to say that, Paul. You're just so thoughtful and so kind.
No, it's really true. I asked Katie Couric. I said, "What's good news for you?" And she said, and she eventually had to say, "Sleep." But
oh yeah, exactly. That sounds like a good one, right? It's actually sitting, around and sometimes relaxing and just looking up at the beautiful sky and saying, "Wow," I mean, just nature is so beautiful. We're so blessed to be on this planet.
Uh-huh.
It's
true.
I think we just have to, all of us together, try to take care of each other and, be a little bit more mindful and kind, right?
There it is. I agree so much with you. Beautiful. Maria, thank you very much for sharing good news with us.
Paul, it has really been such a privilege, and thank you so very much.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.